back to VRIC 2020, Steve Darling and Proactive. And joining me is Tim Johnson, the president and CEO of Granite Creek Copper. And Tim, great to see you. How are you?
I'm good. Good to be here.
So you've got the Stu-Copper Gold project. So tell me a little bit about this project.
Well, it's a project in the Yukon.
Yeah.
We're near road access. We're about 20 kilometers from power. We're in the Minto Copper Belt, which is a high-grade copper belt, well known. We got a large land position there. I think we're probably second in the district now.
Okay.
Yeah, we're pretty pleased with it.
I can imagine that you're probably excited being in copper right now as well, because
Yes.
after some downtime, copper's really on a rebound.
Well, yeah, I mean, we think the downtrend has broke, and it looks like we're starting to head up, and we're really excited to move forward to 2020 and see where it goes.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about some of the work that was done in 2019. Tell me what you've done. I know you did some mapping, some geophysical work and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it was based on, after we acquired the property early in 2019, we also acquired a large database that had been private.
Okay.
So we were able to quickly resolve targets, and then we got boots on the ground just to make sure we understood those targets and what work needed to be done. So that sort of set us up to drill this year, now that we've got some more clarity on what those targets look like.
Yeah, whereabouts on the property are you looking at is for the drilling?
Initially, we were looking at right on our property boundary, the southern property boundary, and the rationale for that is right next to our neighbor, Copper North, who have a resource under PEA, and then we also recently acquired a 30% interest in them. Okay. So what we're looking to do to see if their mineralized zones extend to the north on our property, and if we can make the argument that maybe the two properties together might be worth more than them separate.
Right. And are you planning a large drill program, or are you going to keep it sort of small? What's the idea? Depending on finances?
Depending on finances, and it's a proof of concept drill program, right? So we've got some historic data. We think we know what's going on, but you don't want to go in and drill a whole bunch of holes. You want to kind of, your first hole is going to tell you a lot of information, right?
Yeah,
and then you may be sort of vectoring from that. So we're looking at somewhere in the order of 1,500 to 2,000 meters, depending on financing. And as we work through some modeling that we got ongoing now on the historic drilling on the ground.
It must be a good thing that when you get, come into a company, you got all this private data and a lot of stuff before. That gives you a big advantage when you move forward, I would think. Yeah,
it's a huge step up, and not only is it private data, but it's private data that's relatively recent. Like, it's not, sort of 1920s data.
Yeah, for sure.
It's all gathered in the 1980s.
I think it's there.
Yeah. It's all gathered in the 1980s, but now we can apply modern techniques to it. We can model it. We can use some computer modeling that just wasn't available when they were doing soil samples and drilling back in 1980.
Yeah, and how about the conference? Are getting lots of people coming up interested in the Yukon? It seems to be a real hot area right now. There's a lot of companies there and a lot of work going on there, and the government's really pushing for that work to be done as well.
The government is one of the best partners we could have. I mean, I've worked in other jurisdictions all over the world, and the Yukon government, they are front and center in attracting investment to the Yukon and making sure the companies have what they need to be able to move their projects forward.
Well, it's an exciting time for you. Thanks for sharing some time with us. Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, so it's Tim Johnson, President and CEO of Granite Creek Copper.